This week we get to read a drama, and a drama is just like any play that you've ever read. So if you think about characters on a stage who have memorized lines and they act it out for us, that's just like what we're going to be reading this week. We just get to see how those types of plays would be written on paper so that those actors can study and learn their lines. Okay, we'll get to practice reading those lines ourselves all week, and then we'll get prepared to do some group work on Friday. Today, what's important for us to learn are the elements of drama. And what I mean by that is there's some vocabulary words that we need to know so that when we're reading drama or referring to drama, we understand the different parts. So today we're going to kind of introduce some of these words, and when we start looking at our play for today, hopefully you'll notice some of these items, and then throughout the week we'll get better and better at identifying them. So one important thing for you to know is the word script. And the script is really just everything that we're going to read in our story this week. All of the text that we read is called the script, all of the components of our drama or play. The cast of characters will come right at the very beginning, and we're going to see everybody who's a character in that story. And you'll notice that when we have a cast of characters, we are going to need a person to play each of those roles. So maybe we can count up and see how many actors would we need to play this or to put on this play based on looking at our cast of characters. All of the characters usually portrayed by actors. All right, the narrator is similar to other stories that we have read. The narrator is kind of the role who's going to set the setting. Where are we? When is this? How are our characters feeling before a certain scene starts? So this person, the narrator, is the person who tells what happens during the play. Okay? The setting, just like in anything else that we have read, the setting is the time that this story takes place and where. And lots of times the setting in a play, because characters are acting it out on stage, the setting could be made with posters or props or backgrounds behind us to help us picture, visualize where and when this is taking place. As we're reading, you'll notice acts. Acts are very similar to chapters in like a chapter book. So maybe a certain event will happen in one act, and then when that event is over, we'll start our next act. So think of it like chapters in a chapter book. We're going to read Act 1, those events kind of settle, and then we're going to read Act 2. A scene, the action that takes place in a single setting. So maybe they're outside the house and this event takes place, and then they move into the house and we might have a new scene because now they're in a different location. So scenes are the actions that take place in one single setting. Dialogue up here are the words said by our various characters. So you'll notice as we're reading, we're going to see characters' names and then the words that they should be saying next to their name. And those words that they say out loud are called the dialogue. And we can look right here at a little example. It says tortoise. We've got that little colon, and we can tell tortoise says, "How about a race?" Okay, tortoise isn't going to say his name, but he's going to speak out loud and say, "How about a race?" And hare would respond by saying, "Ha ha, are you kidding?" And so that's our dialogue, what the characters are saying out loud while they're on stage. Stage directions, look right here when we're thinking about hare. Hare says, "Ha ha, are you kidding?" And then below, in parentheses, those little marks that look like this, it says runs off stage. Now, don't you think for a second, wouldn't it be kind of silly if we had an actor on the stage who said, "Ha ha, are you kidding?" runs off stage? It would be kind of silly. What this part of this text is telling us, and the reason why it's in those parentheses, is that's telling whoever's playing that role of hare what to do with their body. So they say, "Ha ha, are you kidding?" And then they're supposed to actually move and run off the stage. So our stage directions are the written instructions telling our actors what to do with their bodies. Okay, so that's a lot of words to look at all at once, but I wanted you to hear those words so that you're prepared when we start reading. I'll be pointing out those different elements and helping kind of guide you guys through reading our first drama. It's going to be super fun. Drama is really fun.